Imagine you're in the grand final of the German Championship. It's still 20 minutes to play, 40,000 euro on the line, and you have your opponent playing like this. Along the way you knock out former world champion Umut in the semi-final. Who is that guy who made this happen? His name is Jonny, plays for SC Paderborn, and in this video I will break down how he dominated the competition. Let's get right to business. His game style is anything but flashy, especially in the defense, but it's the fundamentals which carry him to success. Actually, I think I've rarely seen someone defending as disciplined. He doesn't pull defenders out of position. Keeping shape is his mantra. Just have a look at this situation. The opponent just switched sides and it's a long way for the midfielder to cover the wing. But Jonny knows that if he gets his fullback involved too early, this creates a disadvantaged situation on the wing as the attacker has a player advantage on this side. So with patience, he gets the winger involved before switching to the fullback. This stabilizes the wing and at the end helps him to win the ball. This composed way of keeping the defensive shape is noticeable in every area on the pitch. It's very rare for him to overcommit with a player, even in the trickiest moments. In this sequence, he loses the ball twice, quite unlucky. Every FC player knows these are the most horrific situations to defend, when you win the ball to lose it right away. But Jonny keeps cool and his position. Jockey movement with L2 or LT is his best friend to do this. And at the end Jonny was able to recover with ease and to win the ball, even though it could easily have gotten hectic after losing the ball right in front of your own goal. But rock solid defense won't win you a championship like this, even though I know the same. While he is very unlikely to overcommit with this player, he keeps the pressure high with a good mix with on the ball and off the ball defending. What is on and off the ball defending? On the ball is what you know, directly defending the opponent's player who's controlling the ball. But when Jonny switches away to anticipate for the next pass and uses second man press, this is off the ball defending. And the best players in the world transition between on and off the ball defending fluently, because this applies pressure on the player who controls the ball, while you also eliminate their next passing options. This forces the opponents into tough spots and more likely to make an error, for example with a bad pass. At the Guide Plus we have a dedicated tutorial to explain this concept as part of our TOTS meta course. Half of this course is free. Click the icon in the top right corner or the link in the video description. If you want to dive deeper and want to get the best results during the TOTS weekend leagues, you can get 50% off by using the codes TOTS50 or 20% with TOTS20 if you just want to have a quick glance at it for 1 month. Another tool to get the opponent in unusual and uncomfortable spots is the frequent use of Offside Traps. He likes to use it early on in the build-up of the opponent. Here Umut played a pass back to his center back, which is the timing used by Jonny to trigger the offside trap. This kills a lot of momentum of the attacking players as they have to reset their position. Especially with the second use just a few moments later, you can see how the attackers have to react. Overall, this makes the area in front of the defensive line very hard to play on, limiting the opponent's actions to create something in the center. Timing is key here, so Jonny only uses the offside trap when the back four are all in position and the opponent can't play a pass forward in the moment when the back four are pushing up. So a lot of times when the opponents are turning back, it's the timing for the offside trap. It's a very subtle thing and it rarely leads to a direct win of ball possession, which just happened here. But in general, it changes the dynamic on the pitch and breaks the typical attacking pattern of the opponent. Now let's have a look at the attack of Jonny, and there's one thing standing out: his deceptive long balls. He has a calm build-up and isn't rushing anything, using a lot of switching of sides to get his players in the right positions. And while this can lure the opponent in safety and also drain the capacity to pay attention, he deceptively initiates a run, most often over winger or fullback. Then, while the player is making the deep run, he plays like 1 or 2 additional passes to get the ball to a player with good long balls. He played Schweinsteiger and Kimmich in the central midfield positions, some of the best passers when it comes to Bundesliga players, and he made good use of them. Jonny scored 13 goals in the semi-final and final combined. 6 of them were initiated by a deep pass by either these two or a center back. And the mean thing is, even when the opponents adapt and try to start covering those runs, it still can be hard to defend, as you can see in some of these examples. But it also takes the focus away from the opponent. The opponent has to recognize the run and mark it, and this gives Jonny more room and freedom to operate in the midfield, and he can always play just a normal pass up front to his strikers. At last, I want to point out one thing. ice in his veins. I think I've seen Jonny miss one clear-cut chance in the 4 matches which secured him the title. Besides that, he always knew exactly what to do in front of the goal. No matter how tight the angle was or how far the distance to the goal. Trivelas, volleys, he just scored them with ease. The rest is history. And now Jonny is part of an illustrious round of German champions like Umut, Dolmike or Megabit. The next step for you can be to fix some easy mistakes that you might make. We help you with 4 of the most common ones in the video that you can click on in the center of the screen right now. Thanks for your attention, keep a clean sheet, I'm out.